Yo, you want to hear a screwed up story?
Yeah, what's up?
You see that water tower up there? About a week after Sammy Pack went missing, people in my town started complaining about the color and taste of the water. My house wasn't affected because we have a well. So the water company opens up the tower and they find the body of a girl. She has no clothes on and she's been in there for days. What's really screwed up is she was locked in there. You can't really lock yourself in a water tower when the water...
Hi, Joel.
Hi, Stiggy.
Are you ready for more? For further yeeking?
We have to get up to the radio tower, broadcast that song that Vela wrote in another time, in another dimension, to sue the ghost.
Mm-hmm. Thick of what I've been referring to as thick MILF Alex.
The thick MILF Alex.
3, 2, 1, play. I mean, what else is it? If it's supposed to be Alex, why is it dummy thick? Alex isn't dummy thick.
I don't think the narrative can decide if Alex is dummy thick or not.
Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
They're so lucky that Alex has a radio tower out of his backyard.
You have mail.
It's very odd too. There's like a full house back there. Oh look, there's new things.
So, Mystical Ultimate LP Legend.
Guy's desperately trying to track it down. I can't explain right now, but it promises something to do with the star creatures and elevator girl. If we find this, we can find EG and finally get to the bottom of this. I'm not fully sure of who Reaction OD is anymore. A Reaction Nod?
Yeah, Reaction Nod.
I'm pretty sure that's Rory. But I'm also not convinced.
That's another person pretending.
Well, no, it's definitely one of the group members. But like, is it an alternate Alex? I don't fucking know anymore. I gotta really write it down. I'll put it on screen once I figure it out. Oh yeah, this is just talking about how he keeps getting attacked by bullshit and by a rat that looks like it was stolen from Pokemon, which no, it doesn't. Just looks like a shitty rat. I've had to fight a little girl holding a brick. She was so aggro.
I tend to be a pretty aggro when given a brick. Maybe there's lead in the water. Yeah, probably. The 90s.
I spend way too much time playing with my dog. Oh yeah, here is someone saying, I wish I could meet friends. Because I just, by the way,
carrying around a baseball
bat, and he wears a baseball cap, and everyone thinks I'm off to play a game. Little do they know I'm deadly. The joke being that it's obviously Ness from Earthbound, who fights people with a baseball bat. And there's Michael. Strangely enough, I thought it was just part of growing up, having to protect yourself from hostiles. Last week we had to beat up this alpaca and some samurai turtles. I don't want to get too chubby like Alex, though. Oh, by the way, here's Rory attempting to make a post about how he feels like his sister is still around, but he can't tell. Did I say Michael? I meant Rory. I better have said Rory, whatever. And, like, he's trying to be genuine, which caused nobody to respond, which is exactly how that works. You're not supposed to actually talk like that. Michael asking...
Can we brighten up this occult forum?
Yeah, Michael's like, let's talk about our favorite stuffed animals. He had an ox named Toby. Alex had a penguin named Penguini. Claudio had an octopus named Googly. Which, by the way, you're right, Michael. Googly is a great name for an octopus. Bear Necessity had a stuffed bear. Some idiot says he liked to jerk off. And Reaction OD, who I'm still struggling to figure out who that is, had a stuffed panda named Panda. Only thing was he was a pink panda, so pink and white rather than black and white. And I still don't... I can't figure out who Reaction OD is, at least at the moment.
I don't know, I do feel like alternate Alex is the answer, because he's got Panda.
Mm-hmm. Simon asking us to look for a photo of him, since him, Michael, and Aubrey that had a photo that used to hang over your piano. Which we continue to not respond to this guy's emails, which makes me feel really bad. I kept dreaming about the party, the thumpy music, your sister climbing onto the edge. Do you remember the party? Alex, I'm worried. You went off with your friends to go shopping at the mall and you just vanished. I'm calling the police. That's weird. We haven't gone to the mall yet. I'm calling the police. Please respond to my text. I don't know if that's intentional or the game is giving me the emails at the wrong moment. I went through my camera's, my brother's stuff, the box up, and I found his capital C camera. The lens is broken, so I definitely can't use it. I charged it, hoping up, and still have some photos on it. Yada yada yada. He didn't say anything else of note. It's a camera.
I do think it was just sent at the wrong time for the...
I have no fucking idea. I don't understand what's going on, if the game is being intentionally strange or it's just buggy. I'm running upstairs to Frog Beetle to think about if Jacosta's there. Also, I'm calling the police comment while I'm in the house. Like, Mom, I'm right here.
You can hear me thumping around. I don't walk quiet.
Yeah, he's like sleeping. He's like sleeping in his bed, and he doesn't have a door.
He had all of his friends over.
Yeah, like they were all there. You're telling me you didn't hear them? They were playing music in the room next to you. Did you think that was just the ghosts? As I said.
So it is either a glitch or from another reality.
Well, that's the implication, is another reality, but it doesn't even make particular sense. Like, you think that we should comment on it. What?
Why is the music so hype? Are you gonna miss the chest again?
No.
Oh, you got it.
It was worthless anyways, just a fucking smoke bomb. Get out of my way, I don't want to fight you. You aren't going to give me anything I care about. I think I do go for that chest down there, finally. Once again, I attempt the thing. And as usual, it doesn't work. This music is way too much.
We're not, like, fording a river. We're not approaching a field of battle. Why is it so hype?
I think the term you want is bombastic, not hype. Hype is Metal Gear Rising.
Oh, you're right. Though Metal Gear Rising is definitely also bombastic.
Well, yeah, but it's not. I would say this isn't hype. You want squares and rectangles and all that. Oh, by the way, look, I have Mystical to LP Legend, and it gives me an absurd stat boost. It appears like, from its numbers, it's like a dramatic upgrade. Meanwhile, everyone else has just got, like, generic crap.
And then Michael's running around with a disposable camera.
No, he's using his camera number 2.
One step up from the disposable. But I guess Michael's mostly using the gun, so you don't worry as much about it.
Well, its gun, I'm pretty sure, scales up the strength of his camera. I just haven't seen an opportunity to get him a better camera. I think I will in this
the game
episode.
does seem a little inconsistent in item upgrades.
I think I'm supposed to have been going back to those 2 shops in town, but every time I did, there was nothing there. I did so off-screen at one point just to check, and there was nothing.
And I mean, even the times you've done so on-screen, there wasn't anything. The only new thing you ended up seeing so far as the recording is gone was when suddenly Claudio and Chandra's level 1 stuff showed up and you didn't even have them yet. Climax.
Jack of all ceremonies, MC of none is a pretty good line.
For everyone, time is measured differently. For myself, it was in days since Sam.
This is a stupid sentence.
For Michael,
I know it's like Alex is pretentious or whatever, but that doesn't remove the fact that this is nonsense. Because music is measured in time.
Careless and overwhelming existence, where the oral world carried more weight than the physical world.
Why are her eyes doing that?
Claudio and Rory, it was days since
Look,
their
the
siblings
edge
met.
lines are present in both of their eyes, or both of his eyes again. They keep fucking that up, and I don't know why. You know, one of the details about Chandra that's different is it seems like the rims around her eyes are thicker.
Should I play it?
Yeah, we've come this
Oh
far.
no.
It'd be stupid not
Yeah,
to.
he's on puppet strings.
I'm ready, guys. I feel like something exciting.
What is that
Are you?
pose? Did you see
what
in
is
that
that-
pose one of his legs was like all the way
Worst
up?
comes to worst,
Uh-huh.
made the
What
world
is
a little
going
better
on
with
with him?
Is there a gas leak?
Just do it already.
They're stuck inside that glass you see in office buildings sometimes. Are we supposed to take that the rims around people's, like the way that people's eyes are shaped is a sign that they're from different realities or something? Because if that's true, then Michael and Alex are from the same reality? They could have probably done with some effort to signify who's from where. Because, like, look, they have, like, basic round eyes with a black center, but Chandra has a black outline on her eyes, and also
Oh no.
Alex's, their eyes are like that. He must be from Cyberpunk world. Are these gender bender coffins like Dark Souls 2? Ah.
What? What the fuck is it?
Oh, I wish I had the magic blunt. Nice ass. Where are your nipples, Essentia?
She's a robot. Why would she have nipples?
Well, yeah, because she's, I don't know. Why do her tits look like that? They're so flat, I would say that's a male Essentia. What's up, boys? Look, she has a chain gun now. It also does appear her model's been updated a little bit. And I
She
could
is
do
a
that.
chain gun now.
Yeah, very Aegis-y. I mean, Essentia in a large part is meant to be playing some of the role of Aegis. She's definitely not just meant to be Aegis from Persona 3, if somehow didn't know that. But she's definitely got some of the components. Especially
Maybe the same gears.
she doesn't have Orgia mode or Orgia mode or whatever. She's cool looking though. I've always thought she was a fun design.
I'm excited for her to finally join the narrative and see what they're gonna do.
Okay.
Wait, does her chest cavity open up in her victory pose?
I don't know.
Are you guys okay? What just happened? Holy shit! Did you
Wait,
guys see
it's not
that?
hands in your head?
No,
See, this
just
is-
talk about peeking
This is
the
the
leg.
problem about the outline.
You guys put
The
on
fact
the
that the
record
outline
making
isn't
an
around his
epileptic
other
fit.
arm is really distracting.
It would have been funny in any other context.
That's a good line. Read Chandra.
I did see it. It was amazing.
It was the woman made of plastic that I've been dreaming about.
Dreaming about a woman made of plastic,
Woman made
Alex?
of plastic? What does that mean?
Michael looks like he's
You've been
tripping
dreaming
balls,
of
by
this?
the way.
An android or something.
Well, he is supposed to have been dreaming about her, but she's almost been not present at all in the new
That's happened
dreams,
to you
so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
my-
once or twice.
Michael's, the
It's been a
LSD just
recurring
hit.
dream or something.
So Michael does not give a damn
Anthony
about
said we're
anything
behind the
currently
camera.
happening. He's
She
still
destroyed them
vibing.
so
Right now, it
easily,
looks like
and
Michael
that
and
wasn't Vanish's, you see.
Alex and Vela are
Is she still in
serpents
danger?
intertwining on the
She was stuck in
floor.
the van.
If
Whoa,
she could destroy
man.
the entity so easily, I don't think there's much.
They're
danger
making
she'd
that
be in.
shape that Jordan
we need to
Peterson thinks
find
is
her.
proof that we
That's
understood
why the
DNA is
entity who was
ancient.
living with me
Why
had
would
us
you
play the
say that
record,
without
right?
explaining it?
To
That's
wake her
like
up.
requires
I
several
agree.
minutes of
You're
explanation.
right, but what's actually going on
Just
here?
don't
What
even
is
look
she?
it up. Don't
I-
worry about it.
You okay?
Dumb
Yeah,
shit.
I am.
I'm sorry, dumb shit
But
is constantly coming from me.
Forget
That is
it.
my
Never mind.
failure.
I can't really explain it yet. It's just a feeling. Give me some time, and maybe I'll be able to put it
No.
into words.
Don't. Please.
So what's the plan here?
Bella,
We
you're
just
the
go
best
and
when
try
you
and find
shut
the van
up.
this mysterious android is in?
If only we could have seen the outside of the van.
We did, though.
Then we'd at least know what we're supposed
The
to be
outside of the
looking
van's in
for.
your mind dungeon, Alex.
Yeah, it was gold. It has a bunch of satellites on top of it. We're literally going to see it at one point, and it won't be the right van, despite it definitely being
Is it
the
a
same
double?
van.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
You have a minute?
What's up?
I was wondering if we could go somewhere and
Nah.
there's
Oh,
been
no.
something on my mind.
I'm thinking about investing in Bitcoin.
I mean, a lot less scary of
So,
a statement in,
what's
in 1999.
I don't know. I've
Well,
just had
more
a lot
so
on my
since
mind
Bitcoin
lately.
didn't exist, but yeah.
Take your time, man.
Well, I've just been really depressed lately. thinking
By the
about
way,
my
if I press
sister, my
down on any
parents,
of these
just
options,
how much
Michael
life
will
is
almost
going to change from
Michael.
now on.
Rory will
My sister was a
definitely
lot
kill
younger than
himself.
me, but
I'm not
she
supposed to
really
say
was
those
my
words,
best
alright?
friend,
He's
and
gonna
now she's
unlive.
gone.
He's gonna TikTok
I
himself.
feel aimless. We had plans, things we wanted to do in the future, places we wanted to go, movies that we wanted to see, new games to play together, and now none of that will happen. Sometimes I wish, you know what I mean, right?
Bad things happen, but life has to move on, right?
Why is
You don't have your sister.
so
anymore,
the way that they
but
slightly pause
you
up and
have all
down
of
like
us.
they're breathing or
Michael,
something
me,
reminds
Bella,
me a lot of a
Chandra,
game
Claudio.
called Silicon
We
Valley
can't
for the
replace your
N64,
sister, but
designed by
happy
Take-Two before they became Rockstar
if you
Games.
had become a soul
Good game.
survivor, then we never would have met you, and that's.
I don't like when
crazy.
Alex leans in like this.
I'm not the best with these sort of things, but basically I'm saying I'm happy we met you.
A nice thing to say.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. This is awkward. Let's go
Rory.
back.
They look behind him.
No, what? What are you doing here?
Mhm.
What are you doing here?
Try to kiss Rory, eh?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Would I make Alex kiss a teenager? And of course
Let's
I
go.
fucking wouldn't. Especially because I kept looking at Sammy and I was like, I don't want to know how she's involved in this.
I don't think I've ever loved a woman before. Not romantically, at least.
What a strange transition to go into, Alex, from that last scene and that last dialogue option.
I love them, but not in a way that's filled with a romantic sense of love.
Yes, Eros and
I've had 7
what's the other one
girlfriends
again?
throughout college and high school.
Not
None lasted
Pathos.
long, and I've never
There's
minded when
lustful
friends were
love and romantic love.
Something funny happened that night when I went to bed. I had a dream again. Yes, it was about the android, but she wasn't trapped.
So why
inside
didn't we
a
just
room.
see this?
She was free and human.
Why did you go straight from your little date with Rory into bed?
This
We've been
kind of sounds
together
like
for
they're
a long
talking
time.
about that pre-release version
Well,
of
we didn't
the
get it.
game where there was that one
I knew
cutscene
inside
they
my heart
showed
how
in a
well she
trailer
treated
we
me.
never got to see in game,
I knew for the
where
first time. She was the
her
only woman
and
I'd ever
Alex
truly
are
loved.
running away from
Inside my
robots on a
dream,
highway.
She entered my dreams. She entered my thoughts. She filled up every part.
Oh
of my
yeah, is that
mind.
what you call
Even the
getting
parts I would've hidden
taking it
away.
from behind, Alex?
She was like the old Bruce Lee quote, "Be like water." She was my water, rushing into all the cracks.
It's
Nothing
not
could be
be
hidden
like
from her.
water, but whatever.
I didn't mind.
Empty your mind,
didn't
be
judge.
formless, be
She didn't
shapeless,
have a place
like
to judge.
water. You put water in a
She,
cup, it
unlike
becomes
all
the
other
cup. You
humans,
put water into a
was aware of
teapot,
human
it becomes
flaws.
the teapot. You put water
She
into a
didn't
bottle, it
pretend to think
becomes
of
the
hatred,
bottle.
Violence, jealousy,
Be water,
sex.
my
She
friend.
was a person. She got that.
I might have missed
Well, if only
part of
she
that,
was,
but
too.
whatever. And at no
She
point does he
is,
say be
and
like
always will
water.
be, a woman made of plastic. I know how funny this sounds. Trust me, I do. How can a woman made of plastic be loved so much by a real flesh and blood human?
Very easily, Alex. This
Woke
is
up the next
not
morning.
There are
understandable.
modern era people who
Was I fine?
marry like their
It was like a
DS
warm light
or
surrounded me.
their
Someone
cum
flipped
jar
a
wife
switch in
or
my
whatever.
brain.
We're
I now
long
understood
past
something I
this.
wasn't capable of understanding before.
ChatGPT has convinced, I think, no
choice.
less than half a dozen people to
Secret
kill
no one else was allowed
themselves,
to know.
so
A secret that was meant only for
You
my
know.
ears. And it was the
And
android. that
plastic
told me.
isn't.
Literally, humans
Proves-
can be convinced by
Tried to
shadows
recall
on the
dream, but it was
wall
always
that God
slipping away,
exists. It's
the
not
periphery of my
it's not
mind.
hard to convince us to
Couldn't
emotionally
remember
attach to
specific
something.
scenes, but I could remember the
Especially
feeling
when
the
they're as
dream
hot
had
as
given me.
Essentia.
I knew they wouldn't be leaving me. I thought about Michael, then Rory, then Claudio, then Chandra. I had no desire to see
Okay,
any
what
of
about
them.
that's very mean. Also, you didn't mention Vela.
I thought
Ah,
about Vela and Sammy, and I felt weird, like I had done something wrong, as if I had wronged them somehow
no,
in a
it's
dream.
actually an internal thing.
Just like
Why,
that.
why am I talking like he's a real person?
Suddenly, I needed to see Vela, but why? Why did I suddenly have the urge to apologize?
Because your little monkey brain thinks
No,
you
that
own
wasn't it.
Vela.
Thank her? No, I don't know why. But I needed to find her and do it alone.
Well, you can do it alone in your room that doesn't have a door. Hey, why don't you have a door, by the way?
Did Alex lose his door privileges before he went off to college?
Oh, God.
Only one of these rooms has a door.
What? No, there's a door but it only appears when it's closed on her room. Maybe he also has these magic and disappearing doors. I should have checked the computer. Seen if there was 500 new emails to look at. Hey, I confirmed something, by the way. The money bush came back. There's more money on the money tree. On the last episode, there was only 3 things of money, and now there's more money. And the money is worth more money now.
It's scaling up with the more demanding economy of the mid-game.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Mid-game? Mid-game.
Well, yeah, we're in mid-game. What's funny is that the burger tree is yet to replenish. I wonder if there's supposed to be readable text on that sign.
It's so interesting that you're chasing after a plastic woman you're seeing in your dreams, Alex. Keep it up.
The entire world is going to hell. This talk with the Y2K virus is scaring the crap out of me. Times like this, I wish I had a family. I'm all in the world just like you. No mom, no dad. All you've got is that stuffed panda that you keep talking to. I might have fucked that up, who cares? That lonely lady just reminded me that back in Windsor there was this nice old Nan who I used to shovel the driveway for and chat with. I hope she's okay. It's been years now. Oh, by the way, attractive female. I'm going to the city for New Year's. Any chance you'll be there? So, like, people are updating,
Yes, actually.
but mom's friend doesn't update. Meanwhile, the incel dialogue is getting an update every world state change. Once again, I will say it for the 5th time. You can tell by priority how they feel about things. And whether or not it's meant to just be that Alex is cringe. Is it? Because that lady has more dialogue updates than a lot of other characters. She's got such an attitude. Haha, because she's a
What
punk.
a bitch.
Haha, she's a bitch. Can't take all this wealth with me. Yeah, most old people actually think quite the opposite. They just consider it to be transferred into family wealth, which is, in essence, the same fucking thing. And that guy also has a comment about taking his money to heaven, which... Rolling my eyes.
At least the Egyptians put all the money in the tube with them, assuming they'd be able to take it. No, it doesn't even do that anymore.
That's also not wholly true. That was some idiots, but not all of them.
Mm.
It was more of like a display of wealth for the gods. It's like a whole thing. Egyptian mythology and belief structures were, in fact, not super smart. By the way, shrunken man. He's not shrunken. And it says he's balding and his hair hasn't changed. Like, if you're gonna say that, you could have at least bothered to make a model of that guy getting smaller.
I think they do that in the Pokemon game as a joke.
Oh look, Guy in Love has been revealed to not know. You stole that from Leonardo DiCaprio and Shakespeare. I think she's onto us. Abort! Abort! I can tell my brother has a plan to save the world from Y2K. I wonder if I can beat him to it. Can't wait for Y2K to happen. Then all the world will look for a hero. And that'll be me, or most likely my brother.
Dude, you've been caught in that.
Yeah, nothing changes, too. He's just there the whole fucking
It's been
game.
months.
He doesn't even get, like, a new dialogue. I thought it would be much funnier to come there and he was a skeleton. Hey, why are you still sitting here?
I love the fall, but sometimes I hate it. Does that make sense? Of course it doesn't.
Why are you
Probably
sitting
because
here?
I
There are
get
like
so
kids
sad
who'd want to
to see
use
it
this
go.
swing.
I like Thanksgiving. That's always fun. But like
Also, if I can
Christmas,
randomly critical
that's
something,
always
I
depressing.
also hate Christmas.
The
If I can
celebration
critique
always
something
makes
that
me feel
doesn't matter,
uncomfortable. Like,
the
are
chains
you
on
really
this
happy, or are you
these
just pretending because it's
these
Christmas?
swings are nonsense.
I never thought of it that way. I love the fall too. It always meant seeing my friends again. But I guess starting school again.
I don't know, I
sucks.
think if they were gonna, like, reduce the conversation or just talk sprites, they could have been at least moving on the swing slightly.
I don't miss
Yeah,
tests
or they could have at least had a different sit pose for the two of
I was
them.
good at
Maybe
school.
make it so
No,
Vela
genius.
isn't making her
Great
"I'm a
writing,
bitch" mouth
philosophy,
face,
psych.
and
I don't think
Alex
I'm
isn't
great
like
at anything
"fucking
that helps real
goddamn it,
life, though.
I should be
Maybe
dicking her
so.
right now."
I have a lot of troubles.
Like he looks, they both look like they're pissed off.
Now if only they'd be grounded in
They're not
reality.
supposed to be
What's
pissed
that
off
thing they
right
say
now.
about
They're supposed to be
dreams
having
and
fun.
villains?
Oh look,
Worse than
Alex's
sex.
head actually moved there. He looked over at her at
Something
least.
like that.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Go for it, Ginger Boy.
What was your world like? The one you came from?
You know, I don't think anyone has asked me that.
Why
since
would
I've been
they?
here.
Only like 4
Wow.
people know that you're from another
I try not
reality,
to
and they're
think
all in
about
your
my own
friend group
reality,
that
but
formed
It really wasn't
like a
all that
week
bad.
ago.
Things are mostly
Because
the
of this
same.
ginger boy.
We had more cows though. Lots of cows. And
So
the
you've
music,
had a way
different.
worse greenhouse
Your
gas problem.
Metal is our pop.
See, that's like this is
Isn't
like
that
a
weird?
writing
My
prompt
mother would
level of
love your thrash
complicated.
metal. We also didn't say the 90s. We called it
Yeah,
the
we had all
end
the same
times.
things, but we just had different
Isn't that
names
funny?
for them.
We all joked that 2000 would be the end of the world. That and, well, this is gonna sound weird, but we don't look at
But
death
finally,
the same way.
finally an
this
explanation for the
reality,
thing in the
death
mine
is like
dungeon.
giving up
Yeah.
or making a
Well, it wasn't
mistake.
there
How can
originally,
you
so
fault
it's even
someone for
weirder
dying?
because it would only make a
We
sense
all
if you had
publicly
known.
acknowledge that when someone dies, you're sad for yourself, not for them. That, and
What is it?
we can call our dead. When my grandmother passed away, I was 12.
What does that even mean?
I've spoken to her once a month for the past 12 years. There are phones, special phones. You put in money.
Okay, but
dial
how are
social
The
you-
security
social
number of your loved one.
security number.
Yeah, more
for
complicated.
3
What about
minutes, you can
countries
speak
without
to them.
social security
You can
numbers?
talk to them
If
about
someone
anything,
dies in Africa,
with one
you're not
exception.
supposed to think about it, despite
Under
the fact
no
that it's
circumstances are
postmodern.
you
Thus,
allowed
you're
to
supposed
ask
to
about
think
where
about
they
it.
are and how they're feeling. If you
But
do,
you're not
they
supposed to
lose
think
their
about
phone
it in
privileges
like
forever.
logical
And you have a
terms.
10-year
You're supposed to
hold
be
on
like,
your account.
whoa, it's like
What?
deep. They're like attached to their.
For real?
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't.
Yes,
Oh,
But
and
this
they-
is a
never
strange
dreamed.
government service.
I
We
didn't
don't
know about dreams when I
dream.
first came here. I had my first.
oh, they
dream
only
the night
occur
before
here.
I met
Woo!
you.
What?
Must be fate.
We also don't
See,
have
this is what I
fate
mean.
where I come
Like none of
from.
these
No
details.
We
Calvinism.
never
None of
put
these
ourselves in
details
that
add
same
in
box.
details to
They
make
take
Bella
away your
more
own freedom
interesting
by
or
even
give us a
pretending things
concept
like
for
that
how
might
this
exist.
other world is
What did you
different.
see when you traversed the soul space? What was it like?
I don't have the talent with words to explain it.
I think they could have
It's
put
something you should
more
see for
fish
yourself.
out of water effort
What?
into Vela to
Leave
make the
my
fact that
body?
she's from
I don't
another
think I
world,
could ever.
maybe.
Maybe not,
What
but
do you what do you mean by
Okay,
leaving your
look at it
body?
this
Don't
way.
think you could.
before I
What the
traveled
fuck
to
else
soul
is it when
space,
you
I was a
go
different
touch the
person.
phone and turn it
Someone
into
who got
another
hurt by
reality?
someone.
Are you
Someone
telling
who
me that's a
believed they were
physical
loved
space?
unconditionally. When I was out there, I realized unconditional love exists, but only as something to
fuck does that
strive
even mean?
for. It's just a concept. There's no way to actually put it
Look,
into
I
practice.
suppose that's more or less
We
true.
can say we love someone unconditionally, and we can act like we do, but it's not to judge people for what they did to you or someone else. To accept someone for being human.
Accept someone for being human?
Why does
I
her
know what
lower
you
lip
mean,
so
but
much bigger in
isn't
that
that funny?
frame?
Coming from a human? We're all human. We all have flaws. We all hurt each other, but is that the thing to be fixated on?
Why
And I
don't
do
you have
believe
lips,
unconditional
Alex?
Love exists.
Oh?
He got a beard
Have you felt
instead.
it
One or
before
the
then?
other.
So what if I have?
From who? What's her name?
I don't know. It's just, I had this dream. And in this dream, I was loved unconditionally. Whoever loved me loved my flaws and loved my mistakes as much as they loved the things worth making me loved. Is that so hard to believe?
Sounds like a dream. So, who was she? Spit it out. Was it Sammy Park?
No, I don't think so.
No, it was a
Look at his
plastic
face.
woman.
Look at his face.
Maybe it was you.
You see it's twitching?
Maybe it was the android in the van.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
Yeah,
all
because
three
they
of you
fucked
as
the
one
frame
being.
up. It's just meant to be.
I
They
think you're a lazy
because
asshole.
the way that the
So I don't
talking
think
is just
I'm the
two
one
frames
talking
overlapping,
unconditionally.
they've screwed up, and
yes,
the part of
keep
his face
chasing
that's
the
supposed to be
missing girl who
attached
entered
is
the soul
slightly
space.
off by
I'm
like
sure
1
when you
pixel.
finally find her, she'd love you unconditionally.
Hey,
I
that's
see it's not a
fair.
problem here.
Also, Sammy
It's
is
it's
out
just
there.
an issue with
She
that
is in the
frame.
soul
Although if
space.
you look really close, the lines
feel
on
it.
his eyes are also flickering slightly.
Maybe you're feeling her out there in the soul space.
Maybe. So Vela,
God,
what the
it's
hell are we
really
gonna do
bad on
about
that
finding
one.
the android? She's trapped in the van and
The other
Calm
problem
down.
is that when
You
it's
haven't checked on
moving,
us in
it's
1999
not
have you?
influencing
Rory
the
made a
outside
thread pointing out a
borderline.
mysterious fan in all the most recent and believable posts. And here's a strange
Not
one
a
for
problem
you.
with
In one
Bella.
of the photos of Sammy Park, there's a van. He asked everyone who sees the van to reply to the thread and post a location so we can
Yeah,
check it
that's
out.
clearly Alex.
wait, are you serious?
So is
How did I
Reaction
not
OD
see this?
another Alex
Holy
who's
crap.
also
Okay,
stumbling
I need to go
around?
back and check. Wow, this is perfect. So that means she's around here then.
Well, I mean, vans have wheels, so it could be far away, but yeah, it could be.
We're gonna need a car. How else can we catch up to it? Do you have a car?
No. You're forgetting I've lived in this reality
How did
for
you
a
even-
year. How do you expect me to even
Did
have a
the
license?
money from
I
your
don't even
world
have a
have the
social
same
security
people
number,
and money?
And I make minimum wage at an arcade.
Wait, how do you even
Damn.
get a job? Oh, I guess it's the 90s.
Mom would let me borrow hers.
Claudio has a van. You could ask him if he'd drive you around. He's a cool guy. He's a bit older than us, so it makes
Why
sense.
would you say?
I think he's in his
Why are
late
you saying
20s.
any of that?
You should spend some time with him and Chandra
Like all,
and really get to know him
all of those
first.
lines are really
Not
oddly
usually a
written,
good
Villa.
idea to ask for rides unless you really know someone. At least where I come
Maybe
from.
if
Yeah,
YIIK
good
II
idea.
does nothing but go
know,
into these scenes and clean them up,
this
it
is
could
gonna
be an
sound
improvement. But
Lately, I
It
felt
just,
like
I would
don't
love
even
that.
know
I would
my own
enjoy that. Maybe
reality.
I'd play the game this time.
ugh,
The more I
let's
think about
not.
it, nothing is as I remembered. When I was a kid, things felt different. Pre-college Alex's life was so much more
Well,
simple.
yeah, that's how life
I never
works.
noticed all these things, all these strange.
Like how your
strange
face
things.
keeps switching.
I like
That's
those
how I
walking
felt
stop
right
signs.
before I left my reality. Maybe you're starting to get
You fought a slime girl,
it is.
Alex. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I think this is where we have to make the cut. Yeah, in our world, we like brushed our teeth the other way. What? Yeah, we like brushed the inside row of our teeth, but not the outside, huh? I meant to say on like the back end of your teeth, and I fucked that up. Whatever. None of my jokes
Well,
are
you
funny
are supposed to
anyway.
brush the inside row of your teeth and the outside of your teeth.
I know. I was trying to make a bad joke. It didn't work.
No, no. In our reality, we use our
Angle
teeth to clean the
stand-up.
brushes.
What am I doing? Hey, Alex. Rory made some singling out. Oh, maybe Rory's the one who did it. Thanks, Rory. Wait, is Rory Reaction OD? So he also had a panda named Panda, but it was pink? What? I need to look into this. I need to make a complicated, like, list. Nothing. Beat the monkey.
Missing man at Radio Tower Mountain.
Yeah.
Jiggle Briggle.
There's some kind of side quest. I didn't go do it. Bear's necessity. Hey, look, there's photos, and look, there's a spooky man with Alex fucking floating there. Ooh, where the fuck was that picture taken? Thanks for the no picture.
the error picture.
Nobody else even comments on
I saw
it.
this van. I saw this van in bed with Opie's mom.
Superb Pudding giving us some assistance. Beep boop beep 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 boop boop boop.
Now we're on the van hunt.
Eggleston. Well, we actually have to go collect all the Googas. Not the Googas, the folks.
The goons.
The Goon Squad. Jimmy and Jommy and Jongler.
The Yeekers, perhaps.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what their
Claudio.
group should be called,
What's,
the
what's going on,
Yeekers.
man?
No, I
You
know
know,
what they're
just
gonna be
enjoying my
called. We'll
day
get to
off.
that later.
Beautiful sun, awesome scent of burgers in the area. It's a pretty nice town, man.
Yeah, Franklin's
You are
alright.
2 feet away
Days
from
off
a
the work
burger
experience
joint.
would be great. I never work retail, but I imagine it
Oh, it does
blows.
in fact blow.
Well,
One of the
I
highest
really
rates of
work at the
suicide you
record
can get
store.
in any commercial
I own it.
industry that doesn't
Did you know?
involve like
you own it? What?
working under
Yeah,
the
I
sea
own all
or
the
something.
record stops. I opened the first one when I was 19, about 9 years ago. My grandfather passed away and left me a bit of money.
Of course, we don't ever
Put the
get
money
proper
down,
numbers
got
on
a
that
business
because
loan.
suicide rates are never
System.
correctly
Every time you buy a record, I see some
recorded.
profits. Pretty sweet deal if I do say
The
so
information
myself.
we get is always imperfect.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
No
the service
wonder you have
industry,
such a
and
Google
particularly the
vibe,
retail
man.
service industry, just grinds people
Living
down
the
to death.
dream,
And I am
Alex,
only
living the
a few
dream.
feet to the left of
What's
that
up,
in
man?
food service.
What are you up
So,
to today?
yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you if you drive when we go to look for the android. Rory put up a post on Honism 1999 about it. And
Alex
apparently sightings are
already
flooding
was
in.
told, and he just
Once we get a
apparently
credible hit.
forgot.
You down to go?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. That was smart of Rory. Have you seen him around?
No. I wonder if we went back home yesterday.
No idea. Make sure you let me know when you're ready to go, okay?
The arcade owner was supposed to be Korean. He does not look Korean to me. Maybe that's just racism, but I would have assumed he wouldn't be white. Maybe he, to be fair, maybe he's like multilingual or something. Not everybody has obvious discerning traits based on their most obvious visual identity. Yada yada yada. So I'm stupidly like, I gotta go check the house that the Michael lives in, and of course, no, he's in
There's
front of.
another person who is not Michael there.
No, it's the same 2 idiots that are always in these buildings, and it's never Michael. Where the fuck am I going? The answer should be obvious, but instead I'm gonna probably waddle around going, well, where is he?
And I guess you're gonna talk to Barksy at least twice before you find everyone.
Michael. Actually, I don't actually know. I know that Michael is younger, but I don't actually have proof that Rory is younger. He dresses like that, though, so my assumption is he's probably 16. But I don't have any evidence for that. Where could Michael be? Oh!
Oh, outside of the camera store because he's a camera guy.
Hey, man,
And
what's
he's
up?
making the spooky Michael theme.
So, Rory put up a thread on Honism
Why is his
1999
camera up
looking for
like
the
that?
van that has the android. You down to go look for it once we get a credible hit?
Yeah, just let me know when.
Okay, I'm gonna go check out the post again. In about an hour and a half, let's meet up at
At-
Burger Joint.
let's meet
Claudio
up
has
at
his van
Burger
there.
Joint.
He's ready to go once we pick a place to hit up.
Okay,
Like
sounds
burger
good.
joint, like
I'll let the
record
others know.
shop or pawn
Oh,
shop.
do you have Rory's number? I tried messaging him on Honism,
I think this
but
is where he
haven't gotten
could
a
be
hit yet.
dead.
Nah, never bothered to get it.
I'm pretty
can
sure
swing
this
by and
is
pick him
where
up on the way if
Rory
you want.
dies.
That's a good idea.
I don't know. I wasn't
He was
gonna do
pretty
the
bummed
Rory
yesterday when I last
suicide
saw him.
ending because why would I? It's not even like a meaningful change. He just goes away.
It doesn't even have an impact on Alex.
Well, it does have an impact on Alex. It causes everyone to yell at him. By the way, here's like 9 cameras. I'm just gonna buy the best one, which I think is the Canon. Oh wait, no, they all have different values. Oh, who cares? The only value of it is that it breaks a bunch of cutscenes in the post game where it gets confused and thinks Rory's still there. By the way, I
Hey,
lied
Alice,
to you.
What you up to?
about anything interesting well, no,
I've
that's not
just been
true.
hanging out,
We're gonna get
thinking
nothing
about the
but
android.
a bunch of
So that's your
Chandra
thing,
lore this
right?
episode.
You wander around all pensively,
Chandra continuing to
thinking
be allowed
about
to be a character.
unattainable women.
If you don't talk
Wow.
over her.
I never thought of it that way. Holy cow.
Easy there. I was only kidding. Do you have any leads on it?
Not really. I was thinking we should all get together and talk through what we know so far. Vela pointed out that I don't know you and your brother so
Oops.
well.
What would you like to know? I'll let you ask 2 questions.
Well, I'm obviously not gonna harass her about her missing brother. She clearly doesn't want to talk about that. So instead, I'm
You
gonna
want to
ask her
know
the
about
stupid questions
my
nobody bothers to ask her.
I mean, I love her outfit.
Okay.
I want those overalls.
Last Christmas, me, Claudio, and my parents went to Japan for Claudio's birthday. We stayed in Nakashibetsu with my dad's coworker. His parents left him their house when they passed away. We stayed there from mid-December to mid-January. I remember feeling scared arriving in Japan. I knew the culture shock was going to be one thing, but I didn't really know what it meant to immerse myself in another culture. The first 2 weeks, I hung with my parents while Claudio wandered around, coming back each night with crazy stories about the girls he was meeting and the fun he was having. That's the amazing thing about my brother. Even in a small town like Nakashibetsu, he can find people to inspire. His happiness is infectious sometimes. Doesn't help he's such a nerd. I'm a bit of a shy person, you know? But eventually I realized that people are the same.
It's strange to be
everywhere.
using nerd like
made a
it's a
friend.
good thing, because in the 90s being a
English
nerd
was
was not a good thing.
Even worse than my Japanese. So we started hanging out. And long story short, she bought me this on the last day of our trip.
Oh, that's cute.
Have you ever heard of Syndrome de Paris or Paris Shokugun? It's a psychological disorder affecting Japanese people who vacation in Paris. People who have this hallucinate, get delusional, feel persecuted. It's like extreme culture shock. That's what I felt.
Nakashibetsu is in fact a real place, by the way.
I
Wow.
was an American in a tiny
They've got a
Japanese
foresty
town.
part,
It took me a while to get over
some
my fears.
waterfalls,
I made Bear taught me how to
a
hoodoo. And for
museum.
sometimes all it takes is
It's currently -3 over there.
It's crazy.
oh, didn't I tell you?
It
I'm doing
would
my
cost
master's in
me
psychology.
$2,500 to fly
Mainly
there, and it
foreign
would
kids,
take 1 day,
and help
7
them adjust.
hours.
That's what I'm doing my thesis on.
Hell yeah, let's go.
If I had the money, fuck yeah. -3 sounds fucking warm right now. Apparently, one of their main popular attractions is called Milk Road.
Milk Road.
Sounds like a fucking Mario Kart track.
What did you try to sell, Panda?
I just wanted to see if I could. I wanted to get Michael an upgrade, so I sold a bunch of the ambrosias I'm never using to fucking fix this problem.
And all of your no longer used equipment.
Mm-hmm. It's odd to notice that I'm carrying around the crow's weapon.
What Han shot first? Is that the
It's one of the stupid Rory weapons. No, the crow's weapon is Twin Bone Valaris. Sounds like a fucking Elden Ring
What?
item.
Why would Rory be carrying a sign that's a Star Wars joke?
Mm.
It's the sign he uses when he goes to Comic-Con. Man, that goth on the left in the camera still really does not have a good face going on.
No.
Oh, look, they're all waiting for you.
Wow, Michael, you get all the
Oh,
girls.
awesome. Everyone's here.
So where
So I already know which one I'm supposed to go to, which is the mall. So I'm going to try to avoid them and go to everything else.
And we gotta go pick up Rory first.
Most
he's
people
our special
always
guy.
avoid the last one because they just end up going through the list one by one. I thought I would do everything because.
Because you've got to archive all of this game happening at you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know what's happening at the gas station and the reservoir.
Who is it?
It's Alex and the gang.
More like Chandra and the gang. You think you're that important, don't you?
It's Chandra and the gang. We're gonna go check out some
See,
of the
that's a
leads on
good
that
line.
weird van. You wanna come
Chandra
with
and the
us?
gang is a funny joke.
Yeah, I'm down. Just let me get dressed.
Wait, what were you? He was wearing his gamer socks.
I can't have the Molgoths see that. Oh god, are you going to look at the... You are going to look at the graveyard again.
Oh, he's 23. Oh, good. I keep making the trans jokes. Anyway, yeah, he was wearing the full cat girl outfit. He was streaming.
Were you stopping to make sure that you'd be comfortable making these jokes?
I don't want to sexualize teenagers. However, he's 23, so he's in the wheelhouse of being able to make these jokes. I'll only offend Puritans, and that's fine. This is some kind of side quest I picked up, where I have to find some dickhead and be like, I found your ghost. But I thought because I talked to him in that particular way, instead of turning back. Instead of turning back to the front, he just looks to the wall, and all I could immediately hear in my head was, now back to the wall. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this line's about to play, isn't it?
Oh no. It's very pretty. Something horrifying must
So
be about
in
to
the
happen.
episode that just came out, I asked you a question about the water tower.
Do you guys see a van?
I don't see anything. Yo, you want to hear a screwed up story?
Yeah, Rory.
Yeah, what's up?
You see that water tower up there?
Mhm.
About a week after Sammy Pack went missing, people in my town started
What?
complaining
No.
about the color and taste of the
No.
water. My house wasn't affected because we have a well. So the water company opens up the tower and they find the body of a girl. She has no clothes on and she's been in there for days. What's really screwed up is she was locked in there.
By the way, this
You
is
can't
one
really
for
lock
one
yourself
what
in a
happened to
water
Elisa
tower when
Lamb.
The water is 5 feet from the lock, even more so when the lock is on the outside. So police came in and they rule it an accident. So some girl accidentally climbs on top of a water tower, picks the lock, jumps 5 feet into the water, then manages to lock herself in from the outside. Yeah, I buy it.
Wait, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
How the hell was this not on the news?
Now, I'm not going to engage in
Headlines read,
base
"Small
conspiracy
town
theory,
kid
but I
finds
totally
clean
am.
drinking water."
I have looked into
Somehow
this a
these
decent
lazy
amount,
jerks at the
and
news stations managed to turn
well,
what
it's
was
hard
most
not to
likely a
agree.
murder
There's some
murder
weird
into a
bullshit
gross
going
story
on
that
around
focused
whatever
more
the
on
hell
the
happened to
quality of
Elisa
drinking
Lamb
water
that
than about
feels
an
like a
actual person.
cover-up.
How did she get up to the water tower? I don't see a ladder.
Ah, that's what I was forgetting. A logical person would deduce that they removed the ladder so it wouldn't happen again. This is where it gets really creepy. There was never any ladder, and you'd need a really big ladder.
By
So
the
some
way,
crazy murderer with a big ladder
authentic to
could
the
still
story
be
of
hanging
Elisa
around
Lamb,
out
but
here?
more importantly,
Yeah, probably.
you would
I made a
think
post about this on Honest
that
in
maybe this
1999,
should be a
but we were
new
never able
lead
to
for
figure it out.
Alex, considering
What's
its
even more screwed
connection
up is
to
they never
the
identified
when
body.
Sammy Park went
Poor girl.
missing. But
The timing should be very relevant, but he's not even thinking about it.
no, despite the fact that it's also a direct connection to poor Elisa. Was it Lisa? No, it was Elisa, wasn't it? Yeah, I agree on the basic sentiment that the cops lie to you all the time, and the cops are not to be trusted unless they can prove objective, well, at least as close to objective as possible, that they are speaking the truth because they are biased human beings. So, you know, when something like that happens and then they quietly close it down, I can think of more of a few relevant cases from the last couple of years, including the suicide of a non-binary child that aligns with a lot of similar bizarre bullshit, where it would make you stop and go, hey, what? Yeah, it was a suicide. He fell out of a 5th-story building with 2 bullets in the back of his head. classic case of a suicide.
I went here for my undergrad.
Really?
Oh yeah? I hear this is a good school. What year did you graduate?
In 97. I really don't like being back here. It's like stepping back into the
Chandra
past.
hates nostalgia.
What's wrong with that? I miss my school all the time. It was like the best time of my life.
Was it though? I don't know. I'm happier as a graduate student. There's a bit more pressure, but that's because we were asked to be the best in our field and not pass 10 classes unrelated to our major per semester.
But what about the parties, the friends? You know, like the social life. Don't you miss that now that school is over?
I have a social life still. I hang out with you and everyone else. Plus, I see my friends from back home. School takes up a lot of your life. Why do you have to give it your best years? I always wondered if people go into college saying, "This is going to be the best 4 years of my life," because movies, TV shows, and their depressed parents say things like that. Maybe we
The
almost
depressed
convince
parents,
ourselves
oh
of that
god.
because we're always hearing that. Sure, no parents to tell you what to do and when to come home is cool, but there comes a point where parties, drinking, hooking up, and all this nihilism starts to wear you down. Maybe that's what makes you old. You spend 4 years living in excess, and when you get to the other side, all the partying has aged your body, and now the only thing left to do is make babies and feel sad that you don't have the energy to actually live your life.
Oof, Chandra.
My college years didn't sound that cool. Maybe I should go back for my second degree.
4 more years of that and you'll be super old.
But didn't you find it scary? Entering the real world, having bills, getting married, having babies, all that other stuff?
This is the 90s. I don't have to feel that pressure. I got a job because I wanted one. I wanted to work towards something. I started my master's degree because I wanted to learn more. You use the words have to a lot. I want to. Life is short, might as well make it worth living. Parties are fun, but you don't leave a mark on the world that way. Sometimes I wonder if people know how to have fun without alcohol or other worldly things.
Yeah, you're right, probably. I'm not a psychologist like you, but when you say it like that, I really don't ever want to say, these were the best years of my life, and convince myself that it'll never be better. I guess that's pretty sad.
Yeah, probably would be.
You know, my sister went here.
Yeah? What's her name?
Allison. She lived on campus in
I
the
think this is
all-girls
new.
dorm.
There is no
Maybe it was in
all-girls
here
dome
before. I've never
There
seen
are
anyone have
obviously
this
all-girls
conversation,
rooms,
so
but
it's very
You
neat.
sure? I don't know, I can't
Although the
remember.
fact that
That's stuff from
Chandra is a
Singapore.
psych major and she never talks at all about the psych ass visuals of what's going on around us. You think she would have some commentary about B Vela? Right?
Yeah, I would too. Or perhaps all of the younger versions of Vela and the way they express themselves in the Mind Dungeon as well. Michael, what are you looking at?
I was trying to interact with him, but he would not. He seems to have his camera up, so I think he's taking a picture. Nope.
You hair whip him anyway.
Yeah, nobody will talk to me except for Chandra.
What's Chandra and these randos?
Yeah, more get away from me, bozo.
Hey! Get away from my van! What's with these damn kids?
99% sure that's just Chandra. Or Claudio's voice actor.
My van.
Oh, sorry.
So they didn't actually make someone appear though, so just a nebulous voice emitted from the ether.
So where to?
Yeah, good Chandra details. If they had been here, maybe I need to retract the lack of any. Why are we in
Oh, that's
visual
the gas
novel
station.
land?
I don't see any
There's
vans.
a visual novel in this
Looks like this place
guy.
is a bust.
Well, yeah, there's,
Bloody
but
gas,
if
I'm
you've
pulling
not
it
played
anyway.
enough visual novels, there's lots of visual novels where they have that fucking shot of the sky as like part of the opening. Summer youth or some bullshit. Clown car because of gas mileage. But then as I'm
That's why
walking
I drive a
away,
clown car.
but it's not a clown car. It's just a normal car. Look at it. Like if they had an actual clown car, that would have been a joke. But it wasn't. I'm gonna take a bite of that Big Apple. New York, here we come. What's the joke here? That because they're old, they can't be energetic. It's like, what? Oh wow, you got a parking ticket, man. What jokes? Wow. Like, look at these two are apparently having a conversation. It would have been really nice to click on them and hear them being like, so, what's your favorite brand of butt plug or something? Instead, I just leave, I leave Panda there to have a conversation with them and wander off.
Panda's gonna eavesdrop and tell us what's up later.
Mm-hmm. Now look, apparently fucking Chandra and Rory have a conversation. I want to hear the conversation. And no, you can't go into the gas station. There's just like a menu that gives you access to some food stuff. Never buy gas station coffee. It's always a mistake.
So where to?
I wish the art on his shirt at least had their legs modeled. It's weird to have it cut off like that.
Especially as it's a plain white t-shirt, so there is no framing to it, really. It's just the cut.
Yeah. It looks like it's a shitty AI-generated shirt you would get in the modern era.
Well, damn. I'm guessing that van floating out there is supposed to be the one they spotted.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my best guess.
So, is it worth swimming out there and checking it out?
Go right
None of their dialogue. That was so badly cut together, but it's still funny to see Alex down there.
Oh, hey, you guys suck!
How's the water?
Why are you this stoked?
Go, white boy, go.
Go away, boy, go.
Nothing here except some items.
The items
Oh,
being
well.
3 cans of birch beer, 2 cans. I mean, admittedly, if I saw a can of birch beer floating in the water, I would probably take it, assuming it was sealed.
So where to?
It's not like the liquid's gonna go bad. Just wash the
Bowling
can.
alley. Bowling alley.
Yeah, I hope there's not a weird reference to a YouTuber here.
Oh no.
A YouTuber I couldn't even name. Because I literally don't know who this could be. Commenters, the one commenter we have, tell me if you know who these people are.
I guess so. Maybe I'll just knock on the back and ask.
It's a nice
if there are any
painted
androids
background,
being held captive.
but it's definitely not an anime or modeled sky. This is where I was like, wait a minute, is bowling where you get Ascension? Did I fuck up? Did I accidentally go to the right place? Spent a lot of my time chasing dead ends. I think I'm onto something, only to realize it's pointless or wrong or whatever. It'd be frustrating, sure, but I don't find any. That's what brings me here. The concept of I have fun with them. Sometimes a new conclusion comes up, and then I chase away a fresh idea, and a wandering mind can take you to some wandering places. By the way, this is wrong. You should be going for the good things and not chasing random ideas you have. Because if you chase random ideas you have without actually keeping to your main goal,
So where to?
you will just constantly fuck yourself up. Like, that guy's, like, communication
Get him,
is...
Dick.
Yeah, I don't know who these are, by the way. Is, like, representative of one of the problems with the YIIKs. Do you know who Vincenzo and Chad are at all?
No idea. This is beyond me. One of them's got a gun and a lightsaber.
Yeah, like a toy lightsaber.
Yeah.
And the one's just got some weights.
Yeah, like, I don't have any details because when I search for Vincenzo and Chad, nothing comes up. And there's nothing I can use to be like, Vincenzo, toy lightsaber? Like, who are these fucking guys?
At the barrier.
They talk like somebody got the record voice line, so I'm imagining that's actually them. Oh, but who are they?
Also, judging by the model quality, it was made with the same process as all of the other added-in NPCs.
Also, for some reason, they dropped Stardust, which momentarily makes me go, they're soul survivors?
Also got nearly 300 health at this point.
Momentarily scary, but handleable.
I wish they'd stop making that noise.
So every time he says that, I want you to try to imagine the little queer priest guy from Venture Brothers.
Oh god.
See, listen to him. He sounds like him.
No, you're right. You're right.
I don't know who these guys are, but that guy sounds like him. I don't know. I'd have to figure out who that character was and like to go look down a voice credit to see if it's somehow him. But it certainly sounds like him.
YIIK, I do not need you to make me want to watch Venture Brothers again instead of playing YIIK.
Can you stop being such a fucking consumer? Like, that's such a constant thing out of your mouth is, oh, I want to go re-consume content. I want to consume the content. We literally watched Venture Brothers no less than a month ago, so...
I'm not denying this claim. You're right. This is a problem I have.
What? It's scaled fine. It's meant to be a mini-boss. What are you talking about?
I just don't know why a joke in one of these locations gets to have mini-boss status. That's where I'm at.
Because why not? It's fun. It's more interesting than if I just bonk them over the head once. It's not like they're that fucking strong anyway. They only took down, what, one character? I mean, admittedly, they didn't give me anything as a fucking reward, but...
Oh! I did not want to
See
see that.
what?
I did not want to see that. What the hell is
Grown man with a
once again,
lightsaber? What are you so upset about?
It
It's
must
the
be a
90s.
joke.
People really are losing all sense of moral fiber.
I guess that's funny if you know who those people are. Of course, I can't figure out who they were as there was no identifying characteristics, so... It's like seeing the Baz. If that reference makes sense to you, then, why don't you throw an axe down a big hole? You never notice that baby tower is in this shot, by the way?
It's the baby, the thing on the right above the Alex head. Baby's head. Oh, yeah, it's also the thing that shows up whenever a back row party member comes to the front.
Oh, I did not notice that.
Mhm.
Cal. We promised to
pat
meet
Cal.
each other in another place.
Pat, pat.
Or on the other side. It momentarily made me all emotional. I think I just run around and do nothing, so we're probably just gonna cut this. You just want me to get you a big beehive and sprinkle it so that the honey pours into your big bear mouth.
And then I take a big bear nap. Yes, that is who I am.
This is why
I don't know.
I demand you need... oh, look what I found.
You found a fetus.
I found out there was a baby just hiding behind these trees in the most conspicuous... Like, it's so obvious that... And I missed it. This is what put me on the sandwich bush mentality again, because I was like, if I miss something that obvious, what else could I be missing?
Then there's got to be something else. This can't be the only thing I've missed.
But
I'm dumb.
actually, I just think I noticed something. There appears to be a platform under that small set of stairs between those two circular platforms.
That you haven't been on yet.
Yeah, I haven't looked on it. It could be something. Next time I walk past it, I'm gonna have to look. Whee! I felt like a fucking knobhead.
I mean, you love throwing yourself into this void.
My favorite gamer.
Thank you. Thank you, mommy. God damn it, I don't...
No.
Fuck you. You love that
No.
stuff.
No.
It's like your
No.
top 3 kinks
No.
you told me.
No. No.
Oh yeah? Well, yeah, prove me
No.
otherwise.
No. You're just wrong. I don't have to prove it.
Yeah, but you can't prove it or go in the field of... Oh, whatever.
And you can't prove it either.
I can't. Also, because if you did, I would not be in this relationship.
Uh-huh. Lies and slander against my person.
At least it wasn't slurs this time. By the way, I decided to do the most obvious egg to see what the reward would be, because I was like, what would they want you to get? And the answer is the fucking well.
The well that all of the enemies appear to have?
Yeah, but it's not like a good card. It has that, like, speed thing, and it makes your type change to water, and it also turns off the fire debuff. The fire debuff having yet to occur to anyone in the party that I can remember, so...
That would have made those mermaids less scary.
Would it? Only a little bit. And even then, it would have only mattered in the one time in which mermaids mattered. So... I honestly, if I had thought about it, I should have saved and reloaded to open another egg. That was like a non-card.
I don't know. I think they're definitely.
There's probably some niche cases for that card to be useful, but I bet I could work around not having it and suffer no consequence.
Useful against perhaps a large flaming Alex head.
I mean, maybe if it's a fire type. We don't even know if the comet fight will be as it is, so fucking knows. Something that bothers me is as Alex gets closer to the trees, they change model, including like how they are positioned. Next time I walk towards a tree, watch them.
Oh yeah, it just twitch.
Yeah, it completely turns.
It like rotates.
I assume that's meant to be a lower res model that to like save on processing power that gets loaded in, but they didn't correctly keep the angle of it locked down, so it shifts. But I don't know. Momentarily trying to get into this castle, I will not succeed. I probably should like reveal what's gonna happen, but it's not like it's interesting. I'm just trying to look through the walls to see if I find anything.
I don't know. I don't think you've been able to get through walls, but you haven't been able to look through them very much.
Well, I have. I just never bothered because it didn't seem like it would give me any form of useful information. And it doesn't. I should have opened that egg. I bet that egg has the big titty witch card in it. And there's that fucking van that Alex apparently doesn't know what it looks like.
Never seen that van before.
One.
And with the fetus, you are denied by the mystical light.
Yeah, one more attempt of trying to get in as usual. This time I started to realize something about how they put these weird colored barriers in to stop us getting around, which more made me go, oh, so there was an opening there at some point.
They got play tested out.
Potentially. They might have caught it before it even went to play test. Regardless of whatever they did, then this is where I'm like, if I get myself in the wall, I could come out the other side of the wall and get into that area. In theory, anyway. It depends on if there's physics on both sides and if I can find a reasonable wall hack that I can repeat anywhere, which is in itself a bit of a loaded statement. Most likely, I'm going to cut the entire...
Wall hacks in a game that didn't have...
Sorry, go on.
Sorry. Wall hacks in a game that didn't have sprinting until recently.
I'm most likely going to cut, like, almost all of this. God, I wish it was warm outside so I could exercise more. Oh yeah, I see a circle and my brain goes, that circle, that must be a fetus. Fetus orb, fetus orb. Maybe if I hit it, it'll break and turn into an orb. And no, it's just a weird circle shape with a strange, like, geometry to it.
There's a level of, okay, I have to accept the fact that all of the combat is now, like, the vampire and blood themed, but also now fetuses are a currency to upgrade your combat.
That's not the strangest thing I've ever heard. Besides, if you think about it, fetuses are a currency in real life. Come on, think about it. You could definitely barter fetuses in the right place.
I mean, that's what Elon Musk does.
He loves slurping them up. Puts them in his spaghetti. Oh, fuck, that guy's such a stupid wanker. I don't care. He's a stupid wanker. Who's he gonna do, sue me? If anything, it would just put him in, like, or proximity of me at some point. That'd be a mistake. That's how you get pied.
That's when you invest in your clown outfit.
I'll go to fucking court in clown uniform. That'd be amazing. I'd have to find another lawyer who would be willing to also go as a clown with the understanding we're not gonna win, but we're doing it for the lulz. That and convince about half a dozen people to come to court and sit behind me as further clowns. So that I can say big clown is against you, Elon.
You'd have to like see if you could get the support of as many clown colleges as possible, so that you've had like institutional support.
Well, I think we're getting out of hand now. I should have probably changed the music in here. It's oddly hypnotic, which makes me not want to leave.
Is this truly why you spent? It's the pretty colors and the jumping and the running and the music
Yeah, it's just
lulling
fun.
you?
I like playing the game in here. If the whole game played like this, I might have... YIIK 1.0 might have actually been a good game. Oh wow, that was literally just the end of the video. We're gonna have to cut that one early.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. That was fun. Oh, it's already 9 o'clock. We ran out of time because of the cats. Oh well. Say bye, listener.
Thank you
We gotta
for
go
watching.
run a fucking tabletop. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, and just so you're aware, YIIK is coming for you.